Hey there guys, what's up? It is Autobot Mike 18 here, back with another review or TV episode review. I know guys, I didn't even know if I was going to do this video or not, and in the end I decided to end up doing it. I know, yeah, I know it's about a week old, pretty much outdated, but I still want to do it because why not? So guys, right now, just to give you an idea of location and everything right now, yeah, it's late at night. I'm in my car. You guys know this spot. I've shot many videos in here before. Sorry about that. But yeah, yeah, it's that time. Yeah, it's almost 1 in the morning. I just got home. I was at school for a bit. It's Saturday night. Well, it's early Sunday morning now. I was at school for a bit. I was shooting something for a documentary I was working on this weekend, and I was just went to school to like upload all the footage on hard drives and everything and all that stuff. So I just got back, and on the way home, you know, I brought my camcorder with me just in case I wanted to film anything. And on the way home, I just decided I wanted to do this video because I haven't talked about this episode. I didn't do a TV episode review when it aired. So guys, you can tell by the title of the video, yes, I'm going to be reviewing the season premiere, the mid-season return, or the mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead Season 6. That's right, guys, The Walking Dead came back last week, Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact, and premiered their 9th episode, okay, of Season 6. And their mid-season premiere. The episode is titled No Way Out, and I am finally I'm going to give you guys a very concise, brief review. I'm basically just going to sum up my thoughts real quick. I'm tired. I don't want to stay down here and make a 20-minute long video. I really just want to keep it brief and just give my brief thoughts on everything. Just to let you guys know where I stand with the finale and everything. So before I do that, though, guys, as I said, I was working on a doc this weekend. I'm in the middle of making a documentary, and I shot interviews this weekend, and I was just really busy this whole week because I'm in the middle of pre-production / production on this doc, and yeah, and I'm going through a big problem with getting access to film in a certain location. It's just really stressful. It's just putting a lot of stress on my brain. So I just want to also preface this video by saying I am really sorry, guys, that the videos have just been scarce. It's February 21st now, Sunday, okay, 12:50 in the morning. I don't even know when this video is going to go up, but it's February 21st, and I think I've gotten 3 videos up in all of February, okay, in 21 days. That is pathetic in my opinion, and I'm really sorry, but it's just, it feels like I just can't catch a break this semester, even though I'm not making as many films as I was last semester. I don't know, it's weird, and I don't want this to turn into a random vlog. I just wanted to quickly mention that, and I also want to mention, guys, just real quick, I am sorry that I'm most likely not going to get to film my reviews for all of the episodes of The Walking Dead like I normally did. I always reviewed every episode of this new season. I think I started when season 4 came out. I've been doing it ever since. For every episode, I've always had a review. I never missed one. I just don't think it's going to be possible, guys, for me to review every single episode of the rest of season 6. I'm just incredibly busy, and I just don't think I can handle it. I mean, maybe I'll try, but I just don't think it's gonna work, guys. I really don't. So what I plan on doing is reviewing the mid-season premiere right here in this video, and then I'll probably review the season as a whole after the finale comes on in, when is it gonna be? March? Probably late March or April, early April, whatever. I will review the season as a whole then and give you my thoughts on basically all the episodes or whatever. I'll do like a season overview, okay? I think I might do the same for Bates Motel, because that's coming back in March, just to let you guys know. And another show, Better Call Saul, is also currently on. I don't know if I'm going to review the premiere. Maybe I will if I have time. But I'll see if I can. But I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can. But I'll definitely review like the season as a whole after it ends. After I've watched all the episodes. That goes for every show. Okay, that I just talked about. So getting into Walking Dead. Fine, let's get into Walking Dead. First off, spoilers, okay? Then again, this is a week old, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows what happened. Also, sorry lighting-wise. I wanted to do that and cut that light off. That's adding like a bit, but this light is too hot on me. It's my face is like way too overexposed, so I'm cutting that, and I think that looks better. But anyway, Walking Dead mid-season premiere. Holy crap, guys. What in the hell happened in the mid-season premiere? No, it was great, okay? Just, let me say this much, okay? I was very, looking back at Season 6, the first half, I was incredibly disappointed with Season 6, okay? The first half. I was really, really upset with everything that, with the direction they took it. Because it started off really, really well. Episodes 2, 3, and 4 hooked me in like that. I was like, this season's gonna be amazing. And then the premiere was but the episodes 5, 6, and 7, and 8, the mid-season finale too, of all episodes, they went back to the same formula they've done before in The Walking Dead. Just the same, just long, drawn-out premise where so many storylines are going on. I would have cut out at least 2 or 3 in the course of those 4 episodes just to save time and cut down on the number of overall episodes. So I really just feel the second half of the first, or the latter half of the first half of the season just was not good, okay? So now we are at the second half of the season, and we have our premiere, and I think the premiere was everything that the finale should have been, and it was more than that. It's definitely the best mid-season premiere we've ever had for The Walking Dead, because it's felt like a mid-season finale, if you guys know what I mean, okay? And it should have been either a mid-season finale or a season finale, for that matter. But, yeah, I would have cut down the episodes 5 to 8, and honestly just made episodes 5 to 7, and this should have been the mid-season finale. Okay, that's how I feel. But anyway, they wrapped up all of the storylines perfectly, all of the main storylines with, the whole conflict with Ron and Carl and, Rick, you know, Glenn trying to get back into Alexandria after that whole fake out and everything. You know, the whole thing with Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha, and how they got cornered by Negan's men. I really loved everything about the episode. If I had to just go early on and just complain or bitch about one thing that bothered me, I would say there's just a few specific moments, a few convenient moments that happen throughout the episode. Like for example, although it was so badass and unexpected for Daryl to fire the grenade, the rocket launcher at Negan's men, I thought that was a total waste. I really wanted to see further escalation. Like, it was awesome, it was badass, but I wanted to see more with them, because they really fascinated me with the promo, and I just wanted to see more. And I know that he just wiped them out, and it doesn't, like, it's not like I'm totally pissed about it, but it's just one that I just didn't, I don't know. I wanted that grenade, or that rocket launcher, to have more of a purpose than just... It felt like that was too easy. Like, all the pieces were just put together in the perfect order, and they found that rocket launcher just for them to get in that big trouble with Negan's men, just so Daryl could use it and kill them all. So, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, it was awesome, but other than that, the best sequence by far was the whole sequence where the entire... and what is the Anderson family? Yeah, the entire Anderson family dies, and Carl loses his eye. I knew that was coming because it was spoiled for me online, because the same exact thing happened in the comics, and I know everybody who read the comics was absolutely praising Greg Nicotero and the entire show for staying true, that whole scene, keeping it true to the comics and rooting it exactly to the way they did it in the comics. So I did applause to the writers and the directors and everything, Greg Nicotero and everybody, cast and everybody, for keeping it faithful. That's what fans want, to ultimately see their source material adapted very well on the small screen, and I think it worked overall. I felt the tension. The biggest shock to me in that scene, because I didn't know. I mean, I knew that everybody was going to die and Carl was going to lose his eye, which is shocking as hell. Is alright they actually went there. But the biggest shock of that scene, and I don't think this moment is given enough credit. It was Michonne stabbing Ron. That took me by surprise. I knew Sam was going to get eaten. I knew Jessie was going to get eaten. I knew that was going to happen. I knew Carl was going to get shot in the eye somehow, but I did not know Ron was going to go down that way. I thought he was either going to get bit by a walker or something else. I did not see Michonne doing that. I think that was so damn badass, and it just blew me the hell away when I watched it. I love that moment so much. Just mind you, she's murdering a 16-year-old kid right now, but she has every right intention to do it because he's pointing a gun at her closest allies, Rick and Carl, and she's just not going to stand for that. And I love that moment so much. And then just the big shock and reveal, just that whole effect that moment has on Rick, seeing his son, no eye. I just loved everything about that scene. And then just Rick to go back out there and just charge the walkers with his axe, and then just to simultaneously inspire all of the Alexandrians to kick ass and to kill all these walkers and just outnumber them and finally band together. I mean, this was the major turning point. This episode as a whole is a major turning point for this storyline in Alexandria. By far the turning point for the Alexandria storyline. By far. Nothing else comes close. Definitely this moment. The entire time Rick has arrived at Alexandria, he was thinking, should I kill these people? What am I going to do to get them to survive? But they got together as a group. They came together, and when they needed it the most, and they stuck together, they stood their ground, and they took care of the threat that arrived, and they're brave, okay? I think their bravery is going to come out more now. We're going to see more of them as these brave people who aren't as fearless, because now they just stood up to a gigantic horde of walkers. This is an utter turning point. And the final scene with Rick and Carl in Carl's bed, and Carl's got his eye bandaged up, and Rick's telling him, I want you to see this new world. I love it. I love how they ended it on such a somber ending, with the last shot of Rick just seeing Carl, knowing that his son is still alive after, Carl grabs his hand. I mean, I love moments like that. They're sprinkled with greatness throughout this entire episode. And there were other great moments with their other side storylines as well. I mean, I think that the Wolf storyline was interesting, where he kidnapped the nurse chick, Denise, or whatever. I love how that was wrapped up with Carol shooting him. I loved the whole Carol and Morgan storyline. I thought that was oddly resolved. Like, I really thought that Carol would kill Morgan when she got up after both of them, like, he knocked her out unconscious and the Wolf knocked Morgan out. I really thought they were going to butt heads still. Maybe they are still at conflict. Maybe she just gave up because, and that at that moment she was contemplating killing Morgan because Morgan wanted to protect the Wolf. I'm glad the Wolf is dead. He had no purpose on being in there anyway. I mean, it was an interesting death. That was also a big surprise. I am sick and tired. At this point, I am sick and tired of seeing Glenn just get out. Don't get me wrong. I love Glenn. Okay, I love Glenn. Glenn is one of my favorite characters. But I hate when they make one of your favorite characters survive the impossible. Okay? Glenn trying to save Maggie. And by the way, their reunion was brushed over so fast in this episode. That really bothered me because we see her screaming for Glenn. She's obviously upset. That works really well. But then they're together in a truck and they're not hugging. They're not, embracing or anything. Just nothing. And then later on in the episode, we see Glenn going to Maggie in the infirmary room or whatever, just walking over to her. And then we cut to Rick and Carl. Glenn and Maggie, man. It's Glenn and Maggie, husband and wife. She's pregnant. They are the biggest couple on the show, and they are so intimate with one another, and they're so connected to one another. I just feel we need more with that. But Glenn, man, he's not going to make it out of everything. I love the moment where Abraham and Sasha save him, and Abraham's like, you get the door, pal? Appreciate it. And he does that laugh. I love that. I love moments like that, but I don't know. Glenn would have died in there, okay? That's like the 4th time Glenn has made it out with the most impossible odds. And at the time when Glenn actually does die, I mean, it's going to come as a surprise to no one. Because everybody's like, okay, Glenn survives everything. I mean, yeah, maybe it will shock a few. But I think at this point, no one's going to be surprised when Glenn actually does die, because we're going to be like, oh, we saw it coming. Like, we thought he was going to die in the last episode. He almost died. Or the one before that. Or the one before that. So it's just either do it or don't set him up in that danger. That's just my logic with it all. I don't know. That just bugs me. Other than that, I think the best moment is that entire sequence with Rick and Jessie. It's suspenseful. It is. It really had those edge of your seat like chills. I felt that running down my spine throughout that entire sequence. And then the entire scene where all of Alexandria just gathers together to fight off these walkers is probably the best scene in the whole episode. I really didn't think Gabriel and Eugene were going to actually do anything, and I that really took me by storm and really surprised the hell out of me. So I gotta applaud the episode for doing that and taking those two characters, so disposable, they haven't contributed hardly anything to the show, finally standing their ground, growing a set, and going out there and killing walkers. That really pleased me as well. So a lot of really solid things happened with tonight's episode. There were some great quiet moments, like the ending, or like the scene with Rick and with Carol and Morgan having that interchange. Morgan brings up Carol's daughter, and he's like, "You had a daughter, you had a husband." I love that whole where they're going with that whole sort of conflict between between Morgan and Carol, and how she's on one side of the spectrum, he's on the other. He's peaceful. She's going to do anything to keep her group alive, and I really just love where that's going. And I love how the story's sort of at a new place now. Like, we don't know what is going to happen with these Alexandrians. You know, are Rick in the group, are they really one now? You know, are they one tight formation now that Rick can trust them, or as he said he can? I think that we're all together, you know, the way with what he was talking about with Carl. And I really want to see where they're going to go with this whole thing with Carl losing his eye. You know, is Carl going to have struggle to adjust? I mean, I think that this episode is going to pave the way for good episodes to come, and it's just a shame that this was not the mid-season finale, and that this was so action-packed, so intense, so nail-biting. I swear to you guys, if we get the next 3 or 4 episodes are literally just filler and nothing happens, I'm going to be really upset. But if they manage to keep my engagement, I will be very happy. Now, we all know Negan's coming. We all know it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was cast as him. We all know he's coming. The question is, when? Because if they wait till the end of the season, then I think we're going to lose interest, because what are they going to do for the next 4 or 5 episodes before the end of the season? I don't know, but I really hope that they come across a new formidable threat that is going to threaten this new large group that is all Alexandria. This whole group is Alexandria now. So I really want to see where they're going to go with everything. So guys, all in all, apart from those minor coincidences and nitpicks I had with tonight's episode. This happened a week ago, by the way, for the record. Apart from all that, I really enjoyed the episode, guys. I had a blast watching it. And it was suspenseful. It was frantic. It was chaotic. Craig and Cotero did a great job. I think the whole cast did a great job. I was really, really pleased with it. Yeah, I'm going to give it a solid grade of a 9.5 out of 10, or grade of an A. It's definitely the best episode of Season 6 so far, and it's probably one of the better episodes we've had of the whole series, in all honesty. It's up there with Too Far Gone, the mid-season finale, Season 4, the half of the episodes we got in Season 3, which are some of my favorites. Season 2 had some good ones in the latter half. Definitely up there with some of the best, for sure. Really enjoyed it. What did you guys think of the mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead, Episode 9, No Way Out? What do you think is next in store for this group? Are you guys excited to see what is going to happen, where the show is going to take a turn? Let me know down below, guys. I know I said I wasn't going to do a 20-minute review. What happened? I did a 19-minute review. Anyway, guys, thank you as always so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you later, guys. Bye.